I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Okay. Pam.
Here.
Liscombe.
Here.
Frederick. Here. Whalen.
Here.
Karlstrom.
Here.
Ufo.
Here.
And Henry.
Here. Additions or corrections to the business and consent agenda?
I have none.
Looking for approval of consent agenda and business agenda. Seeking a motion to approve.
So moved. I'll move. Seconded.
Moved by Liscombe, second by
Bucko.
Bucko. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Public comment on agenda items. This is the agenda itself. None. Communications, Bedford Falls update.
Okay, wanted to give the planning commission a little bit of an update on the Bedford Falls development. It's been a few months as they've worked on the next step in the process, which will be in front of the village council, not the planning commission, but wanted to update you where it was left with the planning commission was they were trying to decide if they were gonna take over the existing Eagle Lane or put in a new road instead. It's been decided they're gonna go with a new road, so likely what will be proposed for the village council is what they'll call double Eagle Lane. So it'll be essentially another road with like a median between the two. So that'll be what's proposed in front of the council. With the exception of that, it's pretty much the same thing you guys have approved. They also talked to the post office and they're gonna require basically a bank of mailboxes like you see with most developments now instead of individual mailboxes. So they'll have to have a small condo association for the maintenance of that. So I don't think that came up when we were talking about it. So other than that, it's pretty much the same plan the planning commission looked at, but I wanted to update you on where the discussion with the roads settled out, because that was kind of a big issue when we were talking about it at the time.
Well, that must be green space, do you know, or just a curb or what?
I believe it'll be like green space. It's not very wide. It's about 6 foot between the two. It's not an ideal design, but it's where we're at with the association. So, yeah. I updated them on that today, and they understand. So it may be ready for council action at the March meeting. But I wanted to just let the planning commission know where that settled out because, excuse me, it was kind of up in the air last time.
Have they even put anything together to show what that area would be?
Yep. Yeah, they've got full plans that our engineer and I've been reviewing.
But so it's showing green space.
Mhm.
now then.
Yep.
I was just wondering maybe if it makes sense to put, a sidewalk in there.
I don't think it's, would quite work out.
Okay.
We can talk about that more, but it kind of varies in width. It's not 6 the whole way, so I think it'd be a little tough, but.
Yeah, short of seeing it on paper.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yep.
trying to picture something in my head right now.
Yeah, well, you'll get to see it, but the planning commission's work on that is kind of done, and then it's at the council phase. But I figured as long as we were gonna have what I think will be a relatively light agenda, I'd provide an update on that. Any other questions on any of that?
Did you say it would be in the March meeting or next month?
I think it'll be in the March meeting if it all comes together. If not, then certainly it would be April for council, but they'll look at that. Anything else? Okay, that's all I had on that.
Thank you. Looking at opening the public hearing at 6:34. Ordinance 2601 and ordinance to amend section 82-106, keeping of animals of the Village of Sparta zoning ordinance.
Okay, so last meeting, we talked about this just in sort of broad strokes in terms of the concept, and took that discussion and put it into the actual content for ordinance 2601. So what that would do is if you're between 5,500 and just under 8,000 square feet, you could have 6 chickens. Prior to that, if you were in the 6,000 range, it was 4. And then over 8,000 upon, 1 year of successful compliance with the 6, you'd be eligible for up to 12. And as we talked about, that would necessitate a larger hen house and a larger pen area. So we've doubled those sizes as well. And also that issue we talked about with the selling of the eggs and the breeding and fertilizing, that's stricken from the ordinance as well. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot to add beyond what was in the memo and what we talked about last month, but certainly would welcome any questions.
I have a question, actually.
Sure.
I see in the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance, it mentions the federalization of eggs for commercial use. Is that a typo?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that something that we would need to amend before we go forward?
No,
with
I can
everything?
fix it before council, but I certainly appreciate you pointing it out. I don't think any of us caught that, so.
So the federalization is okay of the eggs.
We're gonna just regulate them by the state.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you. Yep, that's a good one. Good catch. Anything else? Public?
Tom Peoples, 179 Alma, Village of Sparta. I was up here last month, not everybody was here, but I am one of the residents in the village that does have chickens. And I came to Jim several months ago. I believe there was a couple other that were looking for more chickens. I have, my daughter is in FFA, and so she's been helping raise the chickens, and then my two sons have been out there also helping, collecting the eggs and feeding the chickens, and it's just a good way to show them responsibility and just give them something more to do, get them outside. And we get an average, right now we have 6 chickens, and we get an average about 2.5 to 3 dozen eggs, and we do a lot of baking, we eat a lot of eggs. And it just made sense. We already have them, so we asked if we could get more chickens. And as for the selling of the chickens, that's regulated by the state, so I'm glad to see that that would be taken out. It's very regulated. They have to put the date on the eggs. The carton, you can't reuse a carton from, like if you were going to a family fair or whatever and get eggs, you can't reuse that carton. You have to put them in a new carton. And you have, if you're gonna sell it, like if I was to sell it to somebody, I would have to sell it within 7 days, according to the state. And if I was to go to the store to buy eggs, they have up to 60 days from the time that the egg is laid till it's sold in the store. And my eggs now, they're only a week old, so it just tastes better, and it's just, I'd like to see more people be able to have chickens. Currently, I think there's 12 active permits, and 9 of those are over 8,000 square foot, so they would be eligible to have the more chickens. That is all I have, so thank you.
Thank you.
It's a public hearing, so any other public?
I'll close the public hearing at 6:38. Moving on to new business of the same name.
Yep, same item. So as the planning commission will remember, the council's the one who formally adopts ordinances. So if you're in agreement with these changes, it would simply be a motion to recommend the adoption of the ordinance 2601 to the village council.
Seeking a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
By Frederick, second by Liscum. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Thank you. Unfinished business, none. Public comment? None. Village manager report?
Nothing further beyond the comments I made related to the Bedford Falls. So stay tuned on that. Again, it'll be at the council level, and we'll see if we have business for next month. At this point, it's looking like probably not. I'll send out an email ahead of time it happens to fall during spring break too, so that might actually work out kind of nice, but I'm not seeing that we'd have anything that would be ready for the planning commission for April, so likely be canceled.
All right, commission comment, let's start with Mike.
No comment.
On becoming a city, but, you know, and I don't know how far we are down the road for that. I guess I'm wondering what that would look like as far as the township and the village. Would it now just be a one thing?
Right. That's one of the main changes, yeah, there'd just be the, like, if you live in town,
Right.
so you would only live in the city, you would, you're kind of a dual citizen, if you will, where you live in, you're a voter and taxpayer both, you'd just be a taxpayer of the city at that point.
Okay, and then like there would just be like a one planning commission then, like our planning commissions, everything's gonna merge together with the township?
Well, we have separate zoning, so they have their own planning commission, but it doesn't affect anything in the village, and just like anything we do doesn't have sway in the non-village part of the township, so it'd be the same type of planning commission that we have now. Likely the same members too. I mean,
okay.
at least in the interim, so usually when the charter comes active, like everything is just continued forward. And, it could be changed by the charter conceivably, but I don't think that that's likely that they would, because the way we have our planning commission structured is, in keeping with the statute and, best practices. I don't know that we would change it, but theoretically, the charter could make changes to the way the planning commission is, or the city council in the future too.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Anything else on that? No, those are good
Yeah.
questions, yeah, appreciate it.
Bob,
I have nothing.
I don't either. Robert?
Nope.
Alex?
Oh, Sam, happy to be here. Pleasure to serve with you.
All right, if there's nothing else, meeting adjourned 6:42.
Record.